No, I cannot do that.
All right, no talking about Fall Out Boy tonight. No.
Good evening, all you minties, and welcome back to another episode of Reelz Talk. It's been a minute, right? A couple weeks.
We're back.
Yeah. Amazing Amanda, Uncanny Omar. I've been like all around the country, apparently. So is Omar.
And two different cities, and now it's all around the country.
I was in Alabama before that, and technically Tennessee.
Why were you in Alabama? Did we talk about this?
The beach trip. Yes, we've talked about this.
Hey, Mama, how you doing, sweetie? How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you all so much for joining us. Yeah. So Amanda has been all over the country, apparently, because Alabama and LA and Chicago is all over the country.
But all for good reasons. At least some of those reasons was for the channel, which is amazing. I don't know if anyone saw today what dropped, but I mean, like, hey, that's me and Pete West from Fall Out Boy. And if you want,
I'm nowhere near that picture. You're right.
And I'm a huge fan, and I bring them up ad nauseum. And so, yeah, that was a very amazing experience, and I am grateful for Omar for giving me that opportunity.
That is the first time I've ever heard you say I'm grateful for Omar.
Someone record that. Record it now. I've
known you for 16 years, and you've never said that. I'm about to go to Walgreens. Anyone need anything?
I'm joking.
I'm gonna need some headache medicine after this conversation tonight. Good evening, Amanda and Omar. Amanda brought up Fall Out Boy before we even got the show started.
I know. I'm so excited. Let's go. Let's effing go. LFG.
Whoa, calm down. Yo, what's up? Glad to inform the Penguin is on par with Daredevil, at least for me already. Yeah, I'm curious to know what Amanda thought.
Temple, is your icon like a spin-off of the Batman poster? Like, is that what that is?
I think it's Temple University.
No, it's not. I went Temple.
There we go. That's how you get her round up. What's up, Richard? How are you? And Clint, how are you doing, buddy? Rami, how are you? And Amanda needs good taste in music from Walgreens. They're already starting.
Your favorite band to play a song you requested, you get back to me on that.
Whoa. Oh, God. Now she's going to throw that out there. Okay. What are we really talking about tonight, Amanda, now that we're back on a regular schedule?
On a regular schedule. So, of course, we've had a couple of shows premiere last week, and Omar, I want to talk about them. First is Agatha All Along, which actually will be out with their third episode tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Omar and I played with the idea of watching that live, but I don't think we're going to do it. Yeah, because that would really demonetize it. Super
that would be. Yeah, the T is the font on the Batman. You can look it up online by typing the Batman font text or something like that. Type anything and download it. It could be the beginning of something bad. Dire Straits. F-O-B.
That is an F-O-B, and that's not true.
That's they did have the first music video with computer generated like graphics. They were way ahead of their time.
The Cure?
No, Dire Straits.
Oh,
The Cure's great. We got news today. Hellboy, the Crooked Man. This is crazy. Did you hear about this? That Hellboy, the Crooked Man is going to be available October 8th on video on demand.
I did not.
Why is it not going to theaters?
Why is it not going to theaters?
Was the best first episode since the Lost pilot. I guess it depends if you really like Lost or not.
People did.
Fall Out Boy. Who is here for the new era of Linkin Park?
Apparently,
talked about that, but
not a lot of people. But I mean, she has a good voice. She's not Chester, but
is anybody though? You know, it would have been. I don't know. It's a difficult road. You know, you want to continue the band. You want somebody to sound like Chester. I think that would be even worse. I think they have to do something different, right? I wish I never got the chance to see Linkin Park. Same. I always wanted to. By the way, can we spoil the Penguin here? Curious to see if anyone missed.
Well, yes.
We are gonna whenever we put the little banners at the bottom. I'm gonna let Amanda lead and decide what to talk about, and maybe she wants to talk about the Thunderbolts trailer first. What do you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's talk about the Thunderbolts trailer because that just happened, and that's pretty interesting. I know that they had premiered it during D23.
Where is your? I think this is it. Yeah.
I don't
Go
know.
ahead. This is the that did premiere on D23. You're right. And let me just find it. And
okay. Yes, Blast.
Neither. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. So, this is the trailer to Thunderbolts, and reprising the roles. Like, who is playing the character of Ghost? Is it the same lady?
It's the same girl. Hannah. I think it's Hannah still, right? Hannah Common. Oh god, blah blah blah. Yes.
So it looks like somebody is going after the Thunderbolts, right? And we get our first look at Robert Reynolds, like Bob Reynolds, this guy right here, who will end up being the Sentry. Who's playing this guy? Do you know, Amanda?
Yes, I will in 2 seconds.
Omar, for the Penguin, any comic recommendations? Ooh, if you haven't read The Long Halloween, I would go that route because you want something that's like the show, and there unfortunately is not a lot of Batman comics like that because it really felt different. Haven't seen it yet. Should I? How urgently do I have to? Not right now. You don't have to go right now. Bob from
yes, it's Lewis Pullman is his name.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have U.S. Agent back. Black Widow is back. Bob Reynolds, who's going to be the Sentry.
Yep.
And we still don't know what to do. Okay, I did find it funny that Bucky has his arm in a dishwasher. That's how he washes it.
Clean.
Gross, with a lot of blood and stuff. Sure, that goes in there with your dishes.
I like to know that I have Val's hairdo now. I didn't realize that with the money piece, the white money piece.
You mean the gray hair?
Well, yeah, I guess hers is gray, but
I think hers is gray. Yeah,
mine's not gray. And it's Hannah John Kamen. That is still the same person who plays Ghost. Yeah, I was
okay. So Bucky is back. I'm sorry, Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm. So what I heard is he's going to be the leader. That's what I have read in some interviews and things like that.
Okay. But we don't know who the villain is, right? Oh, Contessa's in it, right?
Contessa's in it. Mm-hmm.
We don't know why they have an asterisk, right?
Nope, we do not.
Okay.
It's like, are they going to change that?
Yeah, so we got John Walker, Yelena, Robert Reynolds, Bucky Barnes.
What if they change it and it's called the Avengers by the time it's done?
It's called the Avengers? That would be a weird thing.
That would be weird.
Like, why would they call it that?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you. Why is there an asterisk?
Bruce, thank you for the super chat. Deadpool Wolverine hits video on demand this Friday. Time to call it. Deadpool 1.31 billion, Inside Out 1.
Yes, I know, but
you came really close, Amanda. You came really close.
They still beat them out opening weekend. They still had a better opening weekend.
Whoa! Why are you doing this?
I'm just saying they did. They had a better opening weekend number. It is a superhero movie. It had all of its steam up front. So
at the end of the day, the Flash beat everybody out, and that's all that matters.
Yes. And Inside Out 2 is now on Disney Plus, so I know that's what we'll be doing movie night.
My question is, have you seen the Steelbooks? Like, there's 2 different Steelbooks. There's a Wolverine one and a Deadpool for the 4K. And then Walmart has an exclusive fold-out Deadpool. No. I think it's a Blu-ray. It looks awesome. And I'm like, which one do I go for?
But you're going to buy both of them, right? Yes. What?
Nobody wants that. By the way, since I don't know you're going to cover this, Batman Arkham Shadow is going to release October 22nd on MetaQuest 3. Wish it was a flat screen, not virtual reality. What? Why do you have that?
Because you kept it and good thing.
The Dark Avengers. Oh my God. If they call it the Dark Avengers, people are going to lose their crap. That'd be great. The Revengers.
That would be good. Yeah. The Revengers. They already used that name. Thor took it. We can't give it back now.
Get Omar to watch. There's only one way that's going to happen.
Don't worry,
James.
guys. Christmas is coming. December is coming, so we will have our chance.
We will we're taking a break from the channel just in time for Christmas because I am not excited at all to watch the proposal.
Yeah.
I feel like Contessa will call them New Avengers, and by the end, they could be called the Dark Avengers. Home video going the way of comic variants. Ouch. Yes. I mean, it's a comic book movie, right? And it's not the first time we've seen that, too. I just think like 3 different options. My goodness.
Yeah.
Maya, really? You too? December is going to be Creature Commandos month. That's right.
Just at least 1 week, but then the rest.
I like that you're trying to make this thing happen. Good use of Where's My Mind by the Pixies gives the vibes of these characters dealing with mental health issues. All of them, right?
Yeah, all of them are, yeah.
And why are they being gathered? That's the big question.
That's the big question. But no, I mean, I'm excited for it. It's giving the gritty vibes of like Black Widow and Winter Soldier, and yeah. So
what's interesting is that you told me that Scarlett Johansson is producing it, huh?
Yeah, she is an executive producer on Thunderbolts, and I think that's how she was Disney was able to stop whatever lawsuit that she had done after the fall of Black Widow, which Disney did cut its legs out from underneath it. Didn't give it a proper theatrical run, blamed COVID for that.
But I mean, yeah, there was no way. They were stuck in the middle. Like, what do we do? Do we sit on this for another year, or do we get because I mean, honestly, if they had sat on it for another year, do you think it would have done better?
No.
We saw what happened to the theaters when they started opening up.
Honestly, I don't know if it would have done better even if there wasn't a pandemic, just because, as everyone said, it was too little too late. They should have done a Black Widow movie well before the rest of the Avengers movie.
It wasn't even a good movie. Like, it was just there. It kind of reminded me of a Phase 1 movie.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt too. But hey, at least she's getting executive producing credits out of it. So
that's right. Get paid.
Get paid or get laid. Never
mind. What?
Yeah, Pacific was a fool for doing that to Black Widow. Yeah.
All right. Panda?
Yes.
Let's start. What do you want to talk about first?
All right. Let's talk about Agatha All Along. Since we're on the Marvel train, might as well keep it going. And then we can talk about Penguin, because that is a vastly different show. These are 2 vastly different shows.
Episodes 1 and 2, right?
Episodes 1 and 2, yes. So Agatha All Along was created by Jack Schaefer. She was a writer on Black Widow before they turned several hands to the final writers. And she was also the head writer for WandaVision. So here she is actually the showrunner for Agatha All Along. And you can kind of tell with the first 2 episodes, particularly the first episode, which is called Seekest Thou the Road. And you see Agatha, it's been 3 years since the events of WandaVision. And you see that she's stuck in like a gritty crime drama TV show.
Love that, yeah.
I know I mean, it's very True Detective, very everything. It looks just like those types of TV shows. So it's going the way of the WandaVision route in the beginning, where she was stuck in different types of TV shows because that's what she did when she was a kid, and that's what her mind went to. But here is Wanda has trapped Agatha in this state of mind, if you will, apparently for 3 years, though she's been in Westview the whole time as Agnes, with all the original residents of Westview. Talk about how she's just kind of a nosy old lady, not old, but a nosy neighbor who got a true crime kick. God, say that 5 times fast.
Whoa. Okay.
But yeah, so so that's how it starts. So she's in this true crime drama, which she thinks is her real life. And we
see her neighbor there, right, from WandaVision, who says, "Hey, neighbor," and he's also a police officer.
Emma Caulfield is back.
Were you hoping that I was hoping it was a John Doe that was the dead body and not a Jane Doe? I was hoping it was Ralph Boner, just to kill that.
Ralph Boner's still alive somewhere, apparently. Yeah, the neighbors are nice people. Yeah.
If you haven't watched Mayor of Easttown, it's excellent. It is a good show.
It is a good show. So it is a Jane Doe. And I don't know.
It is.
I haven't drank that much so far, but it's been a minute since I've drank. So maybe that's what it is.
We were drinking last. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So in her pursuit, she's introduced to an FBI agent named Rio Vidal, who clearly knows more about her than is letting on. And then we also are introduced to a teenager whose name we are never able to hear. She cannot hear this kid's name, his backstory, or anything like that. We all know who he is. So I really think at this point it's the audience knows, but Agatha does not, because we know who he is.
Well, I mean, does the average audience know, or just people that read comic books know?
People who read comics would know that he's going to be villain. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I don't think the average movie.
We haven't seen Wanda's kids since Doctor Strange, right?
Mm-mm. And they were kids at the time too. They were like what, 10, 11 years old, so they weren't teenagers yet either.
Right. Okay.
Griffin Essence that we do. I don't know. That's what his name is in IMDb, and people have been talking about it.
I don't think it was. I was surprised when I heard people talk about who it is, or they were guessing who it is, and I was like, "Oh, it's a secret." I thought it was known because I just assumed it was. Like, why would they keep that a secret? But I guess it makes sense because the Jane Doe. It is very important to note that she was found with like black on her fingertips, and the same thing happened to Wanda and Agatha whenever they were holding the dark hold. Mm-hmm. So could be Wanda, could be somebody else.
Well, no, the Jane Doe is Wanda because the Maximoff, because it showed in the library book. But of course, even Rio, after Agatha is able to, because of the kid that shows up, the teen, I guess is what he's been being called, shows up and helps. He kind of chants and breaks her out of whatever Wanda had her in, as well as Rio, and she climbs out of this void she's been in. And of course, she walks out of her house buck-ass naked, and her neighbor's like, "Whoa, Agnes, what are you doing?" And that's when she finally has a confrontation.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, you have not seen Agatha All Along. Well, then we are just spoiling that first episode for you.
Well, there is a ticker down there at the bottom, but Kenny, hope you're doing well, buddy.
Yeah. So she has the teen is kind of locked up in her house. And then, of course, Rio, Aubrey Plaza's character, shows up. And this is where we realize that she's actually going to be, I guess, our villain, or at least one of our villains in the story. And she's come to get revenge on Agatha. And Agatha doesn't have powers either. Because remember, when she fought Wanda, I believe Wanda took her powers and then put her in the state that she's in. So she needs to get her powers back somehow. And her and Rio fight. There's clearly some, discord between the two of them, something from the past. And it sounds like they used to be something to each other. And then Agatha betrayed Rio. And so Rio's out for revenge. But Rio notes that she's not the only person out for revenge. This ominous Salem 7 are also looking for Agatha too. And she wants to hurt Agatha, but Agatha's like, wait. You don't want to do this while I'm vulnerable. You want to do this when I have my powers back. So let me get my powers back and then come at me and let's finish this fight. So Rio agrees, and that leaves Agatha to do the only thing that she knows to do is try to get her powers back. And how she does that is what we're introduced in episode 2 is the Witch's Road. So the whole reason this teenage boy played by Joe Locke, who played one of the main characters in the Netflix show Heartstoppers, based off of the graphic novel series. If you have not read Heartstoppers, I highly recommend it. I bought the first 3 of them last year at New York Comic Con.
You did?
They are fantastic. Yeah, it's really.
And she told me the premise, and I'm glad she read them.
I'm going to make Omar read them. I'm going to do a special overview read over Omar.
We need to read freaking Fantastic Four by Mark Waid. That was the next one, which will be next Tuesday. Okay, so go on.
Okay. So essentially in episode 2, the teen, this boy, they call him the teen, he wants Agatha's help to travel the Witch's Road because there's something that he wants at the end. We don't know. And if he tells her, we don't know what it is because, again, any important piece of information about this kid's life, she cannot hear. It's like all garbled. Of course, she's also seeing these bad omens everywhere, a raven, a rat. So she knows that something's coming for her. And she tells him, in order to do this, we need a coven. I need to get a coven. So she needs to seek out certain witches to form a coven. So, of course, it's smart that she goes and seeks out all these different witches that clearly have something that they're looking for or something to fix, that maybe by going and traveling the witch's road and reaching its end, they can actually fix whatever problem they're seeking. So the first one, Patti LuPone, fantastic actress, right? Great theatrical actress, hilarious as Lilia Calderou. And they first meet her. She is a seer, if you will, a fortune teller, and she is absolutely hilarious. And she's the one who gives her the names of everyone in her coven, or who's supposed to be in her coven. And then there's one name that she does not reveal, and she doesn't let the teens see who that final name is. I think we can all guess who that's going to be.
Ralph Boner.
Yep, Ralph Boner, exactly.
I don't think so.
She needs her because of her skills in divination. She also then seeks out Shasir Zamata's character, which is Jennifer, and she's a bound sorceress. And if you're not familiar with Shasir Zamata, she is from SNL. She used to be on SNL a while ago as a cast member. Yes, but she is a sorceress who is working at a candle shop selling candles that taste like stuff. But she's also in trouble with the law for like tax evasion or some weird thing like that. And so she kind of needs to also go on the witch's road. She doesn't like Agatha. None of them are really fond of Agatha, but at the same time, they also know they need her and they need to do this journey. And then, of course, they get Ali on, who is the daughter of a famous sorceress. And that is played by Alice Wu Gulliver. And she's an ex-police officer who's clearly down on her luck. Again, in her mother's shadow, looking for some kind of retribution, some kind of claim to fame. So she ends up joining the coven. And then last but not least, so the mom from that 70s show, who was also in the first season, or was in WandaVision as well, Deborah Rupp. She plays Sharon Davis. She kind of just stumbles in, and she is there. Like, they need a green witch, but they don't have one. You know who is a green witch? Rio is a green witch. So maybe that's who they needed. So Sharon reluctantly just kind of joins in as is part of the coven, and they have to go ahead and do the Witch's Road song. And as they're doing that, then we get a really awesome, like, kind of horror movie scene. The Salem 7 appear, and of course, the teen is upstairs outside watching for like anything bad to happen. Sees the Salem 7, so does the neighbor, and he gets freaked out and runs away. And then you get a cool little horror montage of the teen trying to escape the 7, and they do kind of like the ring stuff and the scary thing moments that kind of freaked me out. And
so the Salem 7, I love the way they look on the show. I mean, we haven't seen them, right? But they are definitely creepy. And I thought of you watching that. I'm like, I bet Amanda's scared out of her damn mind. Because in the comics, the Salem 7, I actually just reread that the other day because it was in a storyline that featured Agatha and her son, Nicholas Scratch, which was also being shown throughout the entire episode 1 and 2. Little bit of like cameo or like little Easter eggs, if you will.
Yeah.
But the Salem 7 in the comic books were not the scariest.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of them right now. Not terrifying.
They were a little too colorful, but then again, this is like
comic book.
But it was George Perez, so that goes a long way.
Yeah.
I like the way they look in the show. Like they seem creepy. So
I think that really fits the show too. And of course, this day and age. So for me, that makes a lot of sense. The way they are designed for Agatha All Along. I really like them. But yeah, they finish the song. Nothing happens. And then Agatha eggs them on. And clearly they figure out the reason she's doing that is because if they blast them with their blast her with their power, she then can absorb their power. So she's trying to get them mad at her. But of course, that all is a moot point because then a door appears on the floor. They open it up and realize it is the stairway to the road, the Witch's Road. They all go down it. Luckily, the teen reaches it in time to shut the door, and the Salem 7 are stuck up back in Westview, and they end up on the Witch's Road. They take their shoes off and they start their journey. And that pretty much is the first 2 episodes of Agatha All Along. Just Agatha coming out of her spell that she's been in for 3 years, realizing that there are some people who are out to get her, and having to go and find people to help her achieve the goal of getting her power back. And of course, where is Wanda throughout this whole thing? I like how in the first episode, once she is, once she's out of her spell, and Rio makes the comment of like, she's gone, but she's like, they don't really say that she's dead. And we know that we don't really know what happened to her after Multiverse of Madness. So they're definitely leaving it up to the fact that there's a possibility that she could return. She's not dead, she's just gone. What that means, we don't know right now. So a lot of mysteries to be solved in Agatha All Along. Anyways, that's what it is. Omar, what'd you think? There's some gifts.
Okay, so I absolutely loved the first episode. I thought the first episode was excellent. It kind of gave me those WandaVision vibes. Because I don't know if you remember or not, whenever we were reviewing WandaVision's episodes, I think it was 1, 2, and 3. The 1, 2, and 3 drop, I can't remember. People were kind of upset that it wasn't the show they were expecting. They didn't know it was going to be gimmicky. But I love that about WandaVision. I thought each episode that went through a different type of TV show was brilliant. So at first I thought, is that what we're gonna do here? And is that cool? We're borrowing that. So I was like, yeah, all right, let's see. Let's see what happens. And they didn't. They just did it with episode 1. Mm-hmm. And then it changed in episode 2 to be, I guess, more of the show that it's going to be. I still liked it. I loved episode 1. I thought episode 1 was brilliant. I like all the little Easter eggs and little hints, like even like the Darkhold and then the books, the library book, like Who Checked It Out Last, and it was Wanda Maximoff, and there were a ton of like little Easter eggs, a lot about Nicholas Scratch too, and just hints at some things that happened. I took a picture actually, just to kind of zoom in on the little card, the date on the library, and because every time they do this, like there's always something important. We used to do this when we did the WandaVision breakdowns, and there were some important dates like Stanley's birthday and Jack Kirby's birthday, so that was really cool. And both of them of course created Scarlet Witch. I was hoping to see some kind of X-Man date in there, but I didn't, at least I didn't find that. Not for me. But I enjoyed it. I thought the Salem 7 was excellent, like the use of those characters, and I don't want to see that much more of them, except maybe later on, because the less you're using the creep. Yeah, because as soon as you reveal what they look like or you get an up close look, they just stop being scary. But the creepy factor is when you can hear the things and they're coming towards you closer and closer. So I'm curious if Wanda's gonna show up, and if you know something, please don't say anything, Amanda. I know you keep up with this stuff. But
everything that people say is just theory and hearsay. I have no idea what's going to happen. I just know who Joe Locke is supposed to be because IMDb kind of ruins it for you. Okay.
Well, I loved WandaVision. I can't remember what we rated it. I think I gave it like a 9, maybe an 8.5. I know, because of that Ralph Boner thing. I thought that was so stupid. And
because the ending ended up being very Marvel-esque. Instead of what it could have been, it just turned into a great big
Vision. White Vision flies away. So hey, what's up, Phil? How you doing, buddy? And before we go any further, I just want to say much love to you, Kenny. I'm sorry, but your aunt and your uncle passing away, buddy. So I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing okay. And Maya agrees that Heartstoppers is so good. What's up, the man whose name I can't say out loud because it hurts every time I say it? I'm enjoying the show, but have so many questions about what's going on in the show. I think that's part of it, though. That's part of what is supposed to be going on. Love her on the show, but don't like her at all.
Catherine
Hahn, I think she is
super sexy. She's very sexy.
Question is, how is she living in that house 3 years after who was paying the bills and taxes on that house? And why wasn't the government watching her? And I thought the same thing. But then again, whenever magic is involved.
Yeah, say magic.
he gets a pass. Whatever.
It's magic. I mean, magic can make bills disappear. That's magic for you guys. I mean,
potential hot take. Potential. I think Marvel's Disney Plus shows peaked early with WandaVision, and they've all kind of gotten weaker over time. Okay. If I were to take it apart and say WandaVision kicked it off, and then they got weaker after that, I'm trying to think if I liked anything as much as WandaVision. And I'm pretty sure Loki season 2 for me is up there with WandaVision. Yeah. James, have you found our rating?
Like certain like one shots like that.
You can give WandaVision a rating. You only talked about it in the Easter eggs. What the hell did we waste our time for?
I'm about to rewatch it and give it a rating now, which is
I think Loki season 2 is up there. Absolutely, Loki season 2 is phenomenal. Probably, I liked Hawkeye a lot. I don't know if I would.
I enjoyed it. I don't think it was.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it did not take a dip because oh my gosh.
Yeah.
By the time we got the Secret Invasion,
oh boy, that was rough.
That was awful.
She-Hulk, yeah, but I mean,
She-Hulk went bad.
I love
not Secret Invasion bad. That was still bad.
That was still really just bad.
What was the second one? I remember you and I arguing. Was the what was it? Captain America? No, Winter Soldier and Falcon.
Oh, Falcon, Winter Soldier. Yeah,
I didn't like that one. Moon Knight, I thought had some good moments, but no.
Moon Knight had one good episode. One.
Yeah, and that one good episode was borrowed from the story from a Hulk comic.
And then it was all downhill from there.
But I mean, ups and downs with it. Like Echo, I know what Echo was trying to do. I just didn't. It was okay.
Yeah, the character didn't resonate with me, and neither did the dialogue. But for me, I thoroughly enjoyed Agatha All Along. Both episodes. I felt like the casting is on point as far as the characters. Catherine Hahn is a strong lead, and I don't know if it would have been as successful if they didn't have her in that role as Agatha Harkness, because I think she really does a lot for the role. And I think all of the women they've cast for the supporting cast, including like Aubrey Plaza as a villain. I mean, hopefully by the end of it, I'll still be saying the same thing. But so far, just the general chemistry between all of them seems very much on point. And I mean, I found myself enjoying both episodes entirely too much. And now I have The Witch's Road stuck in my head. I have listened to it several times now.
I did not like What If. Season 1 and 2 can go to hell. I did not like those shows at all. You have to forgive Secret Invasion. Behind the scenes, it was reshot due to the Ukraine war. They basically had 2 shows. I would have been okay. Amanda, Loki season 1. We reviewed season 1. I can't remember.
We did, and I liked it. We did. Mm-hmm.
Are you sure it's season 1 or season 2, James?
No, that's season 1 because Oddfell came, I think, with us and reviewed it.
Oh, she did? Okay. I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, James, but I'm pretty sure.
Look, James is just going through here.
In case you're wondering. What about Werewolf by Night? We did that too.
Dude, I loved Werewolf by Night. I want more stuff like Werewolf by Night.
Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. There were some
We didn't finish reviewing Miss Marvel? The hell?
Oh, we just did it by episode? We didn't do like an overall season?
We're the worst. I'm so
sorry.
The worst.
We cannot be consistent, guys. We apologize. It's my fault. I dropped off Secret Invasion after season episode 2.
You're a better person than I was, but I had to review it, so I couldn't drop off. I remember I was in Japan, and you were like, hey, when you come back, we'll review this. And I'm like, cool. I didn't really like the comic, but I'm like, yeah, man, you got Samuel L. Jackson back in the MCU. Yeah, I'm back, baby.
Yeah. That's Omar when I forced him to watch What If season 2 to review.
Josh, there's a reason why James is our oracle, and you're you're the calculator. So what would you give the first 2 episodes then, Amanda? What did you not like about this show? You're going on about how much you like it. What did you not like about Agatha All Along?
What? I mean, I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes. So I don't know. There wasn't much I didn't like.
Really? I can tell you one issue I had. The
lighting?
The singing. The singing.
No. I love the singing.
You know how I feel about musicals, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
I love it.
Is this what's gonna happen?
And I forgot because I forgot they did the WandaVision theme song and also the theme songs for the different TV shows. But Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez, who are famous for Frozen, right?
Frozen.
Let It Go. Robert Lopez is also famous for writing Book of Mormon, Avenue Q, very, 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 very famous musicals, funny musicals. And so they're the ones doing the music for this show as well. And so I absolutely adored it. And I wasn't sure at first because when I saw them at D23 doing the song, I was like, this is weird.
It was a little cringy. It was a little cringy.
In the context of the show, because if
it makes sense. I just didn't know it was going to be that long.
It's almost like they're reciting the chant in sing song, like that makes sense to me. It's not like they're just breaking out into the song because they feel like it. It's not like the Hulk is like singing a song. It makes sense because they're witches, and to me that makes sense. So I enjoy it.
Why does every show need a musical, aka American Horror Show? Why are you watching American Horror Story?
If you think about witch lore and stuff, it's a very integral, like there's a lot of songs and things like that. Like
I'm gonna say something. I don't know if my wife wants me talking about this, but my wife had a natural childbirth. Our second child was a natural childbirth. I will never forget the scene of my wife humming with the rest of the the housewives. What are they called? I'm sorry,
midwives.
Like they were chanting, like it was like part of a witch. And I'm in the corner, completely worthless. What is my part in all this? This is so weird. So in a way, it kind of makes sense why they sing.
Sure, it's like, why have the dwarves sing in The Hobbit, or why have Aragorn sing?
I thought you meant the Snow White. I'm like, because they have to sing.
Okay. Because that in those that time they had that stuff. This makes sense in the context. It's not like Mean Girls as a musical, which makes no sense to me at all.
I'm so glad you did not make me watch that.
The
Hulk is singing in the Rogers the musical. Oh
okay,
God,
well, yeah.
I did not like that part. How am I feeling about the Joker 2? I wasn't a fan of Joker 1, so I'm not really feeling Joker 2 to begin with. I saw the trailer. It looks different. That's about it. That's all I can say about it. Loki season 2 stuck to the ending better than all the others. 100%. Absolutely. It gave a good send-off to the actor, right?
Yep.
Even Doctor Who had a musical. Oh my God, and it was awful. There are a lot of showrunners who like musical theaters these days.
Fun fact, Nakuti is actually just wrote and performed on a actual pop song recently. My sister sent it to me. So apparently he is like a singer and songwriter. So who plays the current Doctor? Is what I was meaning.
Wow, that is a fun fact.
That's a fun fact.
I can forgive the singing in this because it was them doing a spell.
See, I'm just saying it wasn't like they were singing.
No. It totally makes sense. I get it. I just how I feel about musicals, and then I didn't know it was gonna be that long, and I'm like, oh man, I hope the rest of the show is not a musical. But one of my favorite episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer is the musical episode.
Once More with Feeling. I know. So
you didn't even make it that far to that season.
Oh, I've watched that episode. No, I may not have watched the whole season, but I watched that episode.
It's brilliant. Penguin was fantastic, which I guess we'll talk about here in a second. Amanda, what would you give episodes 1 and 2 of Agatha All Along?
As someone who thoroughly enjoyed it, the actors, and yes, I do think the Salem 7 are pretty creepy. I was a fan of that entire sequence. Like the way they did it, perfect. Just how I would want them to be. It kind of reminded me of how they tried to make the Dementors in Harry Potter equally as creepy. Hooded dark figures that are ominous and you don't know what they're capable of. So I think I would give this a 8.5 out of 10 with room to grow.
8.5 out of 10. Okay, that's actually pretty close to what I would give it. This was I loved the first episode. Second episode for me was it was good, and I hope it sticks to the landing. I hope we get more answers for every one of these questions. I hope we don't have any of these red herrings that pissed so many people off with season 1, like Mephisto or even Quicksilver. So yeah, 8. I think 8 is a good number. 8 out of 10 for me. What did you all think? What would you give Agatha?
Richard's saying that his theory is that Aubrey Plaza is either the character she is playing, Rio Vidal, or one of two characters, Morgan Le Fay or Cynthia Von.
Ooh, Morgan Le Fay. Now we're talking.
But would she hide her name? Because I think once Agatha's out of her spell, now she knows who she is.
Well, remember, names have powers, because they wouldn't say what's his name's name, right? Like, there is a reason why that isn't being brought up.
The teen's name?
Correct.
No, I think it's not that it says power. It's that someone's shielding him from her.
Yeah, because they don't want people to know who it is.
And that's because
which makes sense, right?
Which makes sense.
Maya agrees with you. She said episode 2 got 9 out of 10.
Oh, nice. If they
wasn't sold on it like you guys, 6 out of 10 for my buddy Griffin X.
All right.
8 out of 10 from Richard, though.
Nice.
Isn't Morgan Le Fay more DC? I know public. No, she's been in Marvel Comics for decades, man.
Yeah.
Been a pest to the Avengers for a long time. Phil Owens, I know your ass didn't watch this, but wait, maybe he did. Maybe Phil would shock me. Phil, did you watch this for real? 5 out of 10?
Did you watch it, Phil?
I thought Phil told me he ain't seen a Marvel thing since 1993 or something like that.
Was that the Fantastic Four that was 1990 that we never got to see?
That was in the 90s. I wonder if Phil's gonna go see Venom 3, Save the Last Symbiote.
I'm making Omar see it. I told him since he
is a
went
horrible idea.
I will buy him his ticket and buy him dinner.
I was like, this is the worst payback.
For the whole experience. We'll see it in the 4D.
Most people here are just waiting for the payment.
Oh my gosh, Temple.
Dude, you did watch it? I'm so proud of you, Phil. And 5 out of 10. That's fair from you.
That's fair.
It's hard to rate the show, so it is. But we always try to do it. And then by the time because we won't do episode by episode, we'll come back to the series and revisit the series as a whole. But we like to see where we were and then where we end up. Because I mean, it could go, it could get better, it could get great, or it could stick the same, or it could go drastically bad in the next few episodes.
Yeah. But this is an interesting take. He said that he's heard people moaning about the quick intro of the witches in episode 2, but we're not introduced fully to them. Like we are introduced to who they are. There's a problem. And now throughout the rest of the season, we have a chance to explore them in addition to exploring Agatha. And as long as they do it smartly, it could be really interesting as you see each character grow and maybe achieve what they want to achieve. So I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing that we're introduced to her new coven in episode 2, because it's not like we know everything about them in episode 2. We only know a fraction of each one of these ladies. So we have so much time now to learn. I don't know. I forget how many episodes this is total. 8? Probably 8, right? 8? That's the standard number.
I don't know. If only there was somebody I could ask. Here, let me text Amanda. How many episodes is this?
Oh, I already have it. That's not 2. It is 7 episodes.
7 episodes. Got it.
There we go. So 7, close enough. But I don't think that's necessarily a true,
Still pronouncing him as Nakudi, huh?
Yes. Is it Shooty? Is that how it's?
I think it was Shooty. Yeah.
Shooty, okay. Yes. Apologize. Yeah, thank you, Stuart. I'm glad we're in agreement.
But I got gatekeeping. Baby, I'm a gateway. Just like my dude from the X-Men. Yes. Gateway. I'm teaching you, Josh. Morgan is more of an X-Men character to me. She's been in the X-Men. Yeah, she showed up in the X-Men, but I always think of her more of an Avengers villain. Mm-hmm. It's a 9 from Stuart and a 9 from Maya. All right. Let's go ahead, Amanda. Let's bring out
the big guns. Bring out the Sopranos. Is that we're going to talk about the Sopranos next?
Whoa! Now you're going to compare this to Sopranos, one of the greatest, if not the greatest HBO show.
Isn't that literally what you said?
I almost wrote the Sopranos, by the way, because I was typing as you were saying that. All right, The Penguin, episode 1.
Yeah.
When did we get another episode? I thought we were going to get one every Sunday, and I got excited when there was no episode 2 on Sunday, though.
No, I think it's every third. It came out Thursday, right? So I think we'll get it Thursday.
Oh, I don't know. I thought it said every Sunday. By the way, I liked Witches Road song. They made it sound very old world folk. Look at Phil breaking it down.
Oh, thank you.
Don't watch woke. Shut up, Brian.
Oh, Brian.
6.5 first 2 episodes.
First of all,
this is what happens when your mom didn't watch you. Instead, she went out.
I know like the whole thing is, people have been complaining because they said like they've been saying that it's going to be the gayest show Marvel ever had. But
Wait,
if it's Catherine Hahn
Ryan
and
said that?
Aubrey Plaza, no.
Oh, you're not giving it a 9 out of 10. He says it's 9 episodes. My bad, Stuart.
Okay. It's 9 episodes.
Oh, it's every Sunday after this week. Thank you for correcting that. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Just waiting on Daredevil, which is still the best Marvel TV show so far. Big shoes to fill. It is. Superheroes were always woke. Anyone who says other. Oh no, Ryan's just a troll. He's actually. I don't think he even writes his own dialogue anymore. I think he just uses AI.
I want this. I mean, if you're gonna have the gayest show ever, and it's Catherine Hahn and Aubrey Plaza that are clearly have some sexual tension there. I mean, could it be worse?
I would be okay with that. Ryan does not speak for the public. Damn it, Ryan.
I mean, and Bill Locke's already done that because that's what Heartstopper is about. Two young boys who fall in love. So it wouldn't be surprising.
Okay, Agatha, 8 out of 10 for me. Sign me up for Heartstopper, says James. I was saying the same thing about
I also did give it a
You know what? I'm gonna leave the chat alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah,
Richard. I'd like to see a little more of that. Let me tell you, was anybody else pausing when Agatha was running around naked in that? Was it just Amanda that was pausing? Okay. All right. Let's go.
It's fine. Yeah, so the next episode for the Penguin won't be until this Sunday, which kind of sucks.
I'm excited. All right. Let's talk about Penguin, Amanda.
Yeah. Penguin premiered last week as well on Thursday, right? Was it Thursday?
Yes, because it was the day after we came back from LA.
I could not watch it. I was already in Chicago to see Fall Out Boy again.
There we go.
There we go.
All right. Penguin. Go ahead.
So Penguin, it was created by, so obviously after Batman came out in 2019, this was in production starting in 2021. They had planned to create this show based off of the character that Colin Farrell, who is completely unrecognizable as the Penguin. They decided to create a show around this villain from the Batman lore. And Colin Farrell has returned to reprise his role as Oscobb. They do not call him Oswald Cobblepot because apparently Oscobb is a more modern, realistic sounding name. Honestly, give me Cobblepot. I'm fine with that, but it's fine. It's okay.
Pausing on a Disney show, Omar. You heard of the internet. I have, but I like a challenge. The Wire's HBO. Dude, actually, The Wire is my favorite HBO show. I love The Sopranos.
I love The Wire. You talk about it a lot. You bring it up.
Oh, I love The Wire. Omar is one of the greatest characters of any show ever. He's amazing, or was. Rest in peace to the actor. And, well, never mind. I won't spoil it. Joke's on you. I'll befriended Skynet instead of. Okay, you and James Cameron, apparently.
James Cameron. So, all
right.
What happens in this episode? Well, so as you guys remember in The Batman, because it's like a previously on The Batman, you have the Riddler had caused that big explosion of the dam and all the water damage and all that stuff. Carmine Falcone also was killed or murdered. So we have the head of a major crime boss family. Now the snake has no head. There's a vacuum, needs to be filled. And his son, played by Michael Zegan from The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. He played Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, yeah, that's where you know him from. I remember him from Rescue Me.
Oh, well, I don't remember that. I didn't watch that show with, what's his name?
I didn't watch The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
You're missing out because...
Or maybe you're missing out.
You probably should have watched it because that's...
Oh, my God. Okay, go on.
Anyways, so the vacuum has been filled by Carmine's son, Alberto Falcone, and he apparently is a lover of the drugs, lover of the alcohol, so kind of a unsteady character. And you also have Oscobb, or the Penguin. I'm going to call him the Penguin or Oswald because I cannot call him Oscobb. But
why are you're the only one calling him that? All right.
No, I'm not. They call him Osno. Anyways, so the Penguin has been working for the Falcone family. He has his own ambitions, but he's not there at the top yet. And so what we're seeing now is a man who wants to be known more than what he is, wants more power than he currently has. And so I feel like that's what the show is going to be focusing on, is how the Penguin can accrue the power that he accrues, to the point where he would be a formidable villain for the Batman. Whether or not the Batman shows up in this season, if Robert Pattinson makes an appearance, I don't know. But so what Oswald does is he's trying to get in good with Alberto, and he is trying to, trying to express to him how he has these ambitions and stuff. He invites Alberto to his home, gets him a little drunk, leads to him, doing some drugs. And then when Alberto makes fun of him, he shoots and kills him. A crime of passion, if you will. It's
a crime of passion. I don't think that's. Yeah, I don't think it means what you think it means.
Yes, no, it does not. Okay. So as he's trying to dispose of the body, he kind of happens upon a group of some juvenile delinquents that are trying to steal the rims off his car. He ends up taking one, which is a young boy who's also in The Runaways. If anyone has seen The Runaways on Hulu.
No, there was a show I stopped after a couple of episodes.
Yes, his name is Renzi Feliz, but Victor Aguilar is his name in the show, and he recruits him to help and assist him with disposing of said body of Alberto. And so with this episode, you see Oz trying to, cover up what he's done, right? And of course, this is kind of, there's a little issue with his plan, because Alberto's sister, Sophia, played by Kristen Milotti, which I have not seen since. Obviously, she played the mother.
She was amazing.
She was fantastic.
Show.
Can I just say that now watching her act, I feel like she was severely underused in How I Met Your Mother, and did not like.
Wait, can I just say I've only seen one episode of How I Met Your Mother, and that was
only in the last season, because she is the mother, and he doesn't.
Spoilers for How I Met Your Mother, Amanda.
How old is that finale? Anyway, so she has returned from the Arkham Asylum, and she is insane. She is insane because Arkham makes you insane, whether you like it or not. She's probably already insane, but she has me even more so insane. But she has some questions for Oz, because she's trying to find her brother. She can't find her brother. It's unlike him not to visit her in jail, not to be there for her. So she's kind of questioning what's going on with her brother. Meanwhile, we meet Oz's mother, who is clearly suffering from some kind of mental illness as well. It seems to be a trend in the show. And she wants Oz to take the power that she believes is his. And so what he does is he ends up going to the prison to visit Salvatore Maroni. All the crime bosses from Batman show up in this episode. And he is basically trying to get Salvatore to kind of work with him against the Falcons. And of course, Salvatore's like, I know what you are, Oz. I know that, you'll just take whatever pickings you can get. You'll just rat me out to the next person that can grant you power, et cetera, et cetera. But of course, Oz is cunning in some ways, and he's kind of able to put a bug in Salvatore's ear that maybe the Falcons are also not we're never on his side as well, and we're also kind of two-timing him. So all of that is going on as well, and all of this is an effort to kind of cause some kind of disruption within the crime world. Who controls the drugs controls the crime of Gotham, right? So that is what Oz is trying to do, trying to play everyone against each other throughout the episode. He does kind of end up in a pickle, though, because, of course, the Falcons have people always watching, and so he does end up getting taken by Sophia, who has this teenage ruffian, one of the ones that had tried to steal the rims of his car, all tied up, saying that he saw the Penguin's car and the night that her brother went missing, and so she thinks it has something to do with his death. And he's like, who are you gonna believe, me or this teen? And then she ends up shooting the teen in the head and killing him. And before she can really do anything to Oz, then of course this car shows up out of nowhere, and inside of it has the body of her brother. He's missing a finger, and then it says payback. And so it's been staged to like kind of implement Salvatore Moroni's crew. And so Oz is released, and all of that was Victor's doing, right? So Vic is the one who kind of put all that into motion. It was kind of rough around the edges. And they have a talk about that at the end of the episode. And Penguin's pretty much going to take Vic under his wing and make him kind of his, you know, his mentee, if you will, in how to run a crime operation. And so we see the starts of a plan that's laid for Oz to start a war between the Falcons and the Maronines. And then hopefully at some point he will rise above both of them and not just be one of their you know, flunkies, and actually be the crime boss of Gotham City. Did I miss anything?
Oh, you got it.
They replaced John Turturro with Mark Strong. Apparently.
Mark Strong, yeah.
Yeah. So.
But I mean, I'm okay with that. I wonder if
it's for flashbacks, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah, and I wonder if we'll get any more kind of replacements like that. This was a show. So I'll be honest with you. I've never been a big Colin Farrell fan.
Okay.
I always thought Colin Farrell was an okay actor at best.
I saw Payphone, whatever.
Yeah, he was not good in that. And also Toll Booth, that was it. Well, you know, at one time he was a pretty face, but he has grown to become an amazing actor. Like, they didn't need to hire Colin Farrell. They could have gotten a fat, bald guy to play the Penguin, which still, like, why are you wasting so much money on makeup? But holy crap, is he earning that makeup in that role?
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was amazing in this. Like,
I forget it's him sometimes. I forget.
He's gotten better. He's gotten better with age. I think I blame him a lot for, what was it? True Detective season 2. That whole season was awful.
I think that might.
But I know it wasn't just him. It was everybody.
Do you blame him for the Daredevil movie?
His bullseye was atrocious. We've reviewed that. Anyway, back to this. He was amazing in this. He was so good in this. But he wasn't. I mean, honestly, he's not the one that kind of stole the show. I really meant what I said with Christine Milioti. Is that her name?
Yeah, Milioti. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't really. I know she was in the Fargo TV show, but outside of that,
episodes.
I don't remember.
Remember the one where what's his name? Jesse Plemons.
You're gonna spoil those two like you did How I Met Your Mother?
No, remember Jesse Plemons? Like it was a Star Trek. Yeah. She was in that. She was one of the crew members, and it's returning the new season of Black Mirror. They're doing a part 2 to that, and she's returning for that as well. So
she was amazing in this.
Oh yeah, 100%. I was unbelievable.
I think I don't know if I'm right or not, but I think she was one of Johnny Sack's kids in The Sopranos, because we're going to keep going back to The Sopranos when doing this overview, because I mean, that's all, like, you think of HBO and you think, I wasn't expecting this show. I was expecting, okay, this is going to be the origin of the Penguin. It's going to be, or how he's going to take over being the crime boss of Gotham after this whole thing with the Riddler. What's that?
She was Catherine Sacramone for 3 episodes.
That's Johnny Sack's. Yep. That's Johnny Sack's daughter, baby. I still got it. Mm-hmm. Damn, this was good. It has no, like, I mean, when you were going through the whole synopsis, I was thinking,
where's Batman?
None of this sounds like a superhero movie. Right?
No, not at all.
Superhero show. And I know we're looking at the supervillain because we've had the Joker, and the Joker kind of did his thing, but even the Joker had elements of like that supervillain type of role. This was more of a realistic, like, crime show.
Oh yeah. Like there's no real mention of Batman. Richard Kind. But there's no real mention of a caped figure. Like we see.
I mean, outside of the newspaper clippings and stuff like that.
I feel like this is gonna be very grounded, and that's what it is. The whole first episode, very grounded, gritty, crime boss, very reminiscent of, like, I think they even said, I think they took inspiration from like Scarface the movie and how he rises to power, right? So I think that you're going to see a lot of those elements in the show as it moves forward.
I think this was better than Scarface.
Yeah, I agree also.
But then again, I'm one of these people that think Scarface I don't get it. Like, people love Scarface, and I never got
I
it.
just watched it to count how many times they said the F-bomb, but apparently I'm sure there's movies that have
Not as many as like the Big Lebowski.
or maybe even Deadpool, because they use the F word a lot.
Maybe in Deadpool, yeah.
No, yeah, I don't think back.
Thank you, Robert Rodriguez. Oh, sorry. Roberto Rodriguez. Right? Like, I don't get why people. I mean, if you love it, more power to you. That's awesome. I don't get it. I never got why people love it.
I also did not get it either, so it's fine.
Say hello to my little feather friends. I don't get the Irishman love. I gotta be honest. The Irishman,
like the movie,
the Martin Scorsese movie,
that's like 3 hours long.
I love Martin Scorsese.
Joe Pesci.
It was just so good to see Pesci and De Niro again. Yes, they're old and they should have done better with the aging. But anyway, back to this. I'll be honest with you. I have nothing negative to say about this show. I don't think I found a flaw. Dude, they even had some amazing Easter eggs. Because as I'm watching this,
I didn't catch all those. So
okay, so there's a scene with Burgess Jewelry. Burgess Meredith played, Rocky Irago, like the coach. He played the Penguin in the '66 Batman show, right? Like the '60s show. There's also there was a district called Burnley, and he was an artist, Golden Age artist on Batman. There's all these like little things that I didn't see like. In a show that's like this, that's like realistic and gritty, and like I said, very, very Soprano-ish, there's Easter eggs to these particular things of like actors and like Golden Age artists in here that I thought that was really cool. I wasn't expecting it. Could it have been called anything else besides the Penguin? Absolutely.
Sure. It could be called anything.
It could have been called Oscob or whatever his name is.
Cobblepot.
No, that's not. You just said they're not using.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Because
dude, I did not see the Dolly Parton needle drop. It's like, where did it come from?
But it worked for the episode.
Drug thumbing is crack. It's going to change everything. Thank you.
How do you feel about Victor? The casting, like having the young teen, like ingenue, if you will. He's almost like an outsider coming into it, and now we're going to see this world from his eyes instead of like maybe see it from Penguin's eyes.
So so my brain immediately goes comic books, right? So I see somebody like Victor, and I'm like, oh, he could be Zaz, like Victor Zaz. So that's where my brain went, and I'm like, no, I think this is a different character. I think he legit is a different character, and he could stick around. Or my boy Oscar, so stupid. Or he's gonna off him later on. Like, no, I don't think I think this is gonna be a show that a lot of characters die. A lot of characters that you'll get attached to are gonna end up dying. There's no way that doesn't happen. And I love the idea that this is all under the shadows of Batman, right? Like at any point, Batman could show up, but you forget about that.
Yeah,
this is why it works. The show works for people that aren't comic book fans. Absolutely, and I think that's what
other shows that have done that were comic book movie shows, but they had that realistic tone that you almost forgot that it was a comic book show.
I mean, some people would say that the Joker was like that.
Yeah.
I'm serious, right? Without the makeup, the Joker. Well, I mean, it's more like Taxi Driver than it is a comic book movie. It's not a super villain.
Introducing a young Bruce Wayne, and then he puts the makeup on the
end. I don't need to talk about the artsiness of the Joker.
But then we get now next one will have a couple albums, so that's good.
Like I think Daredevil season 1 was like that.
Yeah.
By the time we get to season 2, when we have Elektra and the hand and all that,
really
it's a little over ridiculous, but it's still great. Great. Oh my god.
But it's more like it's a comic book movie. Yeah.
Punisher? Something like Punisher season 1. Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to think of like other maybe DC type shows that people.
Oh, DC. I don't know. Everything that I watch with DC, I stopped watching unless you made me review it. The Titans show, I did not like.
We didn't watch Gotham. Pennyworth.
I stopped watching Gotham after the first. I think I made it 2 episodes of Gotham. It just wasn't for me. And I get why this show, shows like that have a following.
Yeah.
What was they've done other shows, right?
What about Watchmen? I mean, that's like, was that?
I'm actually, I'm one of these people that's Watchmen is so sacred that it should be left alone. It shouldn't have a follow-up. It shouldn't have a before Watchmen. It shouldn't have a sequel. It shouldn't have Doomsday Clock. But I actually like the Watchmen TV show. See, I think like Doom Patrol is very underrated, but Doom Patrol also has definite elements of this is not normal things.
This is not normal life. Yeah, there's power.
Same with Peacemaker, right? Like it does feel like a super villain or superhero type of show, whereas this really does feel like
just a crime drama.
Yeah, which maybe is the best way to sell it.
Well, I mean, honestly,
like I said, with enough Easter eggs in there of like villains to come. Yeah. Because we really don't know much about the Batman universe. Will Smith slapped the shit out of all the Gotham. God, so. Did you watch that film? I don't know. Some people liked it. Doom Patrol got progressively worse. I didn't make it through the last season. I actually really liked Doom Patrol. I thought it was excellent. I thought it probably it was the best comic book adaptation of a comic book, which is hard to say even looking at this isn't a comic book adaptation, right?
No. Are there penguins central to his character?
Agent Carter. Logan didn't really feel like a comic book movie. It didn't. Maybe that's why I didn't like it. But then there was a whole thing with how all the mutants died and Professor X, so it did have like some and clones, right? So there is some of that in there.
Yeah, mutants and stuff. Yeah, there haven't been any like Penguin spin-off comics or anything like that, right?
Penguin, I will say this: Penguin is not one of these beloved villains, right? Like, if you ask anybody who their favorite Batman villain is, most people are not going to say the Penguin.
That's true.
Because the Penguin in the comics is just a super rich, selfish guy. Like, there's no complexity to the Penguin.
Yeah.
That's why I always think like Danny DeVito's Penguin is so obscure and kind of creepy that almost makes for the best Penguin. Even the animated version of the Penguin, was like that. Oh, wait, we do have a Penguin fan. What's your favorite Penguin story? I really don't know.
Yes, Devil, tell us. No, honestly, I mean, I love the way it was shot. The cinematography was great, and I really like the cast. So far,
the cast was solid, man.
I know, and like I said, Colin Farrell disappears, and I know makeup can go a long way, but makeup doesn't always. If the performance is not good, makeup doesn't always hide the actor. But this, the makeup hides Colin Farrell, but I forget it's Colin Farrell. I can't hear the accent. I can't hear anything. I can't see that. I can't.
But has he had an accent for a while? I don't know.
He's been doing a lot of those movies, like the Banshees of Inisherin and stuff
like that. Oh, that's right. He did do that. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's been doing all those Irish movies. So yeah, I mean, it's not like he has stopped using his native accent. He's still doing that. But yeah, it's just impressive with what he's been able to do with the role. I think it was a smart move casting him when Matt Reeves did, who is still an executive producer on this show, along with Colin Farrell. Yeah, they're still on. Yeah. Whether or not there's going to be any tie-ins to the second Batman movie, I don't know how that's going to look. But I am eager.
I mean, if you go back, I don't think you were either. No, you did. You liked the Batman more than I did. I enjoyed
it a lot. Yeah, I did enjoy it.
I can't remember what I gave it. I didn't give it as high as rating as you did. But I thought this was excellent. This is what I wanted to 100%. See. One bad day. I would think Emperor Penguin is one of my favorite stories, but it's not really the Penguin, right? I don't want to give away what happens. It's another Penguin.
Who is it? Oh no,
it's pretty much somebody taking over the role of the Penguin, even though it's it's Earth 1 Penguin. Maybe that might be the best one. There was a Joker's Asylum Penguin, but I really off the top of my head when somebody was asking what's something like this, Earth 1 Penguin might be close. Omar doesn't like the Batman. Yeah, his opinion's on that. I didn't like it as much as everybody else, man. Colin Farrell is doing a variation of a New York City accent, which has Irish influence. Interesting. I saw Batman 3 times in theater. That's 9 hours. Yes, I enjoyed it that much. Oh,
really did,
Damn,
man.
I gave it a 6.5. You then you
I told you I liked it. You clearly did not, but you
no,
liked
no,
the
wait, wait a minute. Wait a minute. 6.5 is a good rating. Like, it's not a bad rating.
But what are you gonna give the Penguin? First
Oh,
episode.
the Penguin was good. Ooh, 9.5. Just because I didn't like where it ended, because I thought it could have ended on a bigger cliffhanger.
Yeah, right. Instead of him talking to Victor, like I'm gonna.
Yeah,
like,
and then the song cuts off. I was like, what?
oh,
God,
shoot.
9.5, man. It was good. I really liked
ended
it.
right after like him laughing when after she finds her, like she opens the trunk. That would have been great. Like, just
I'll be honest with you. I was like, okay, my problem with the Batman was part of it was the Riddler. I don't like dark emo Riddler with that horrible. And they borrowed the exact same plot that Bane did. Anyway, so I was expecting the people behind that to do something weird with the Penguin, and no, man, they did something else.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good. 9.5 is a fair rating. I think I would do the same because it
you give it a 9.5. You really liked it, huh? Dolly Music makes it a 10. This is why your opinion doesn't matter. 6.5. Yeah, man. 6.5. That's a good rating. 6.5 is a D. Guys, we're talking about ratings. Like, we're not talking about school. We're talking about rating movies.
What is the drug gonna be? Is it gonna be the stuff that like Scarecrow uses, like the fear gas? Or like,
Penguin is a 9 from Richard. I can't give it a 10 because a woman wrote it. There he is.
Dang, right. Lawrence LeFranc is the showrunner, but God bless Ryan. Jeez.
Ryan's just mad because he's got mom issues. The Riddler was meant to be a modern amateur serial killer who resembled a Zodiac killer. I get it. I get what it was supposed to be. It just didn't come across.
I understand what it's supposed to be. I agree with
I am the minority because a lot of people really love that movie. Give the first episode a 10. Hope it continues that quality. Ooh, it's gonna be hard to keep up with it, man. Like, it was solid. I want to see some deaths. I want to see some stakes up high. 10, 9.5, 9.5. How about your thoughts on Kyle Chandler? Dude, I think he's a phenomenal actor. Amanda texted me, and I'm like, when you're casting somebody for Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, right? I thought they would go younger. I think
it's gonna be an older kind of Hal Jordan.
Yeah, I like that. I'm in.
And I know, like, I said it because I was commenting to Omar. How many rumored people are playing Hal Jordan?
Yeah, there were Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, Josh Brolin was the big big name for a while, but Kyle Chandler.
I hope that is true.
Yeah.
Omar and Amanda, could you see them doing a Gotham show? I would love. See, that's what I want.
Thought they were gonna do that. I thought we were.
No, they were gonna get like Gotham Academy, right? They were gonna do something.
I thought we were doing some Gotham, like about the PD, and never centralized, or materialized Gotham show that got canceled.
I also love Robert Pattinson's Batman. I didn't have an issue. What's that? I'm sorry. What'd you say, Amanda?
They did have a show, Gotham Knights.
That was it. Yeah, that looked bad. Gotham Knights looked bad.
Yeah.
I love Robert Pattinson's Batsuit. I didn't have a problem with Robert Pattinson at all. I thought he did a great job. And I actually like his take on Bruce Wayne. Like, he really felt like somebody had lost his parents and grown up a militant, like somebody militarily training you, if you will. I know it's not the Saturday chat, but did you ever ask David Gabriel why Secret Invasion Omni didn't have the consecutive New Avengers? Because it's an event omnibus. I can answer that one. When New Avengers Omnibus Volume 2 comes out, whenever that comes out, I'm not announcing it, by the way, that will have the consecutive issues. Hopefully they don't kill Hal Jordan. Oh my gosh, that would suck. I like Kyle Chandler. I think he's a phenomenal actor. I want more Fallout and didn't watch it out of 10. Yep, Josh, watch Fallout. I liked it. I give Penguin an 8 for now. I am waiting for the postmodernism and feminism to prove. What are you and Ryan on the same page? Hal Jordan about to become Parallax, and if they go that route, I'd be good with that. But they can't rush it though. That was the problem. Never mind. I don't want to talk about Green Lantern. It was awful. The Penguin. I seriously think you would dig it, Phil. Chris Pine could have been cool midpoint.
I would agree. He would have made a cool Hal Jordan. He hasn't really played like an actual. He played Spider-Man, I guess.
That's the show I was thinking about, the Gotham Central show. See, that I think Gotham Central would be perfect for this. You don't need Batman. This show shows that you don't even need any supervillains.
No, you're just gonna have the crime. I mean, because I forgot how many crime families are actually in Batman, and you can just do a one show.
It's all because of Batman Year One. Kind of
Yeah.
Miller just making them up on the spot.
No,
And then, of course, years later, Jeff Loeb was like, hey, let's revisit some of these crime families.
Yeah. Because it brings it down to because Batman doesn't have superpowers. He's just a very rich man who can create all of these cool gadgets or have his company create these cool gadgets and has the skill and develop skills in order to fight crime. But I mean, yeah, that brings him, he's a street level villain or superhero, if you will. Until, Wonder Woman shows up, Superman, and it's like, well, now aliens are involved. So.
Or maybe the Vulture shows up and recruits him. In an Arkham series. Apparently 4 or 5 actors turned down Hal Jordan. Good, because then we got Kyle. He's amazing. A bad taste of the Green Lantern still lingers.
Now, come on. We like that was one movie. Ryan Reynolds makes fun of it to this day, but I mean, different people, different circumstances. I mean, we've had bad Batman movies. We've had bad Spider-Man
horrible X-Men movies. Horrible X-Men movies.
Horrible Batman movies, but they're not going to redo that.
Tom King and Green Lantern together sounds bad. Wait, Tom King is attached to Green Lantern?
Is he?
Why would he be attached? I don't think he's written Green Lantern, has he? Can we all agree it would be awesome if they did a live-action Batman show? They did in 1966, Ryan.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It was great.
Wow. Steal your mortal enemy's ring and wear it out of 10. Hell yes. Anyone else in the chat opted for the PDF file, or did you just cancel your Black Suit Omnibus pre-order? I don't know. I am curious who canceled, because it is interesting to see the chat, or the comment section of that video. Man, it doesn't matter what side of the line you stand on. Some people that are like, I'm going to keep it, get called out. People that are complaining about it get called out. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, well, I did my part. I let Marvel know. So 15 out of 10 because a woman wrote it. There we go.
Thank you, Josh.
No, Josh, that's not equality. You all saw Todd Phillips saying that his Joker would admire Batman. I don't read Todd Phillips.
I don't really care.
I don't care what he says. I wasn't a fan of, what the hell did he do? That one
Hangover.
Hangover. I wasn't a fan of any of those.
I like the first movie. The second and third were just meh. But the first one was fun.
I believe the Lantern show will have True Detective showrunner.
Yes, I think that's true. And if that's the case, I mean, that's true. Because I mean, what's her name won an Emmy for True Detective this past Sunday? Jodie Foster. That's exciting.
Can't find any reviews that Pan Penguin. Everyone says it's good. My brother sent me an IGN review saying that it got a 5 out of 10, and then they took it back.
IGN anymore.
Well, and then what happened was they got so much backlash they took it back, is what he said.
Did they re-rate it then?
I don't know. I think they might.
Come on, have the balls, IGN. If you thought it was a 5 out of 10, stick to it and say why you give it a 5 out of 10.
Whoa, why are you going up on IGN? They ain't here. Making Green Lantern gritty sounds like a horrible idea. Is this what Tom King wants to do? Thanks for answering that Omni question. Also, is the Secret Invasion Omni mapped well? I don't own it because I've been waiting for New Avengers Omnibus Volume 2. And honestly, Secret Invasion isn't one of my favorites. I assume it's mapped like all the other events. So probably like you'll have the New Avengers, and then you'll have Secret Invasion miniseries, and then you'll have all the other tie-ins. Money is the greatest power of all times. Clark has to for his help of all time. The script for Batman 2 is done. I believe they start filming in January. Guy Gardner is the only Green Lantern we need. Well, that's going to be Nathan Fillion, right? He's playing Guy Gardner.
Yeah, he's playing Guy Gardner in the Superman.
He's Guzman as Kyle Rayner. No. Ooh, Mike, why are you doing this to me? Catwoman show with Christina Hendricks and Selena Kyle. Oh my gosh.
It's a good thing we don't have a gif of Christina Hendricks.
Why don't we have a GIF of Christina? What did you do with my GIF of Christina Hendricks? I guess this
You never had one.
We gotta remove Mike's comment. Damn it! There we go.
You're so terrible.
Thank you.
I will chase that up with something else. I promise.
IGN is trash, so their review doesn't count.
That's what people say.
Only animated shows and no Batman live action show with Batman. I hate how so many reviewers are political and rate their stuff based on politics of it. I don't know if this is real Ryan or fake Ryan.
Because you're the one who's calling
Tom King is one. Thank you for the super chat, Bruce. Tom King, what? Tom King is one of the writers, showrunners of Green Lantern?
I mean, they brought him.
I'm not saying that.
And James Gunn brought Tom King in, like, in a bunch
of. Oh, yeah. James Gunn's a big fan of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and he's a big fan of his. I don't think he said anything about his Batman run, which, again, ups and downs. And I know it's very divisive. Some people hate it, some people love it.
Yeah.
But it is the most wanted Batman omnibus, which blows my freaking mind. DC omnibus, not even Batman. I don't think Tom King has ever. I mean, okay. He did actually. Yes. The Omega Man would be a really cool story. Like, the Omega Man was a story that he wrote, and it features Kyle.
I have it.
Yeah. Oh, it's excellent. And it talks about like PTSD and war crimes and things like that. But long before it kind of became a tropey thing for Tom King to write, I think that actually would be pretty cool. I'm concerned that this show is really going to be about Sophia Falcone.
Why is that so? Because she's a fantastic actress.
Luis Guzman, you mean George Lopez? Yeah, man. I wish you wouldn't do
that one. Thank you, Colin. That one. Yes, George Lopez.
Danny Trejo was
Colin. Naming random Hispanic actors.
Yeah, can't y'all name more than 3 Hispanic actors?
That's it.
I gave this review a 20 out of 10 for reasons. Thank you so much. Was it the gift? I thought Ryan was saying you about the my girl Darcy's gift. I was about to say, man.
I could. Do you want me to cleanse the palate with a different gift?
No, we don't need to know. Please don't do it. TK has been trying to get into films. Wasn't he attached to like the Fourth World and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, there's money in it, and I mean, if he executive produces too, yeah. I mean, let's face it.
Tom King? He's an executive producer?
No, I'm just saying, like, and if you get the executive producing credits too, I mean, like, there's money in that.
True Grit was good. Did Tom King write True Grit? I'm a little behind here. What? The remake? Josh, help me out. If Tom King writes Batman, I'm about to lose it. His God of Light or whatever it was during the Dark Side War was cool. Mega Man made Kyle look like a huge chump. He was. I hated what he did with that. But still a good story if you, again, take it out of continuity, which is what I do with all his stories. Tom King's current Wonder Woman's good so far. I haven't read it. I'm waiting for that trade paperback. Link to the stream, Agatha, 5 out of 10. J-Man did not like it. Penguin, 9 out of 10. That's saying something, as I wasn't a big fan of. Thank you, J-Man. I also wasn't a big fan of that, too.
Give Matt Reeves the Batman. The Batman.
Doesn't all his comics feature war crimes? I said it was before it became a tropey thing for him to Machete, but dude, do you know what I would do to have Machete kills again, or Machete goes to space? Oh, I'd love that. Robert Pattinson did good as Batman. He's still developing his Bruce. Batman is who he is. Bruce is the mask. Ooh, and it can we just agree that it had the hottest Catwoman too? Seriously?
Yeah, she is.
Wow.
Channing Tatum, the lucky man.
Way to ruin that image, Amanda. Thank you. God. Woo, about to make a name for myself here. All right.
I need that gift. I'll give you something.
Michael Pena as Kyle Rayner. Hey, what's up, Elon? How are you doing, buddy?
Very new gift.
Tom King is a decent writer for me, but keep him away from Batman and Green Lantern related content. Let Tom King cook. I love the division. The Christina Hendricks Catwoman costume needs a low-hanging front zipper. Stop it, Mike. I can only take so much. Have you read Tom King's Riddler, One Bad Day? I did. I like that one. It wasn't my favorite out of the One Bad Day batches or that first box set that came out. But it was good. I did like, and I mean that won an Eisner, so obviously Machete kills Wolverine. I'd be okay with that. Machete kills again in space, dude. I've been waiting for that forever. I know people want Robert Rodriguez, to have money to make Battle Angel Alita 2, but I want Machete in space first. Let Tom King cook, because he will burn the house down. I love it.
People liked Tom Cook.
No. There is. But what's interesting is like there's a division in the comments and there's a division on social media when it comes to Tom King. What's funny is that, and this just goes to show, none of that matters. What matters is sales, because those damn books sell like crazy.
Yeah,
like they're not giving us an omnibus because they know people are still buying the trade paperbacks and the fat trade paperbacks. It's ridiculous how much those books are reprinted. So I have a feeling that we'll get that sometime next year because they haven't reprinted the deluxe editions.
Found it.
It's nuts. What'd you find? What? That's what you were doing?
Yes.
I'm not joking. Danny Trejo is a character in Sean Gordon Murphy's Zorro. Name and image. Like the actor is, that guy's the same age as my dad too. I was joking about that with my dad today. No, really? Stop, Julie. I was gonna say Julie Newmar takes top second. She's gorgeous. Still is. Although I did like the way Eartha Kitt purred.
Cool. Don't
see her as sexy as Anne Hathaway. Oh, see, to each their own, my friend. Because I wasn't a fan of Anne Hathaway or Michelle Pfeiffer, but that's okay. That's why everybody likes something a little different, right? Some people like steak, some people like fish, some people like chicken. I can't believe I just made that comparison when I'm talking about cat women, but you know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, sure. That's a weird.
Thank you. Okay, keep Tom King away from comic books, please. Zoe Kravitz was the word. Shut up, Brian. You have no penis. I really like Tom King's Brave and the Bold, the winning card. Zoe Kravitz's new movie, Blink Twice. Oh, was that the horror movie?
I think twice. Yes.
Oh, that looked bad. That looked bad. Anne is hotter than Zoe, in my opinion. I can't believe we're having this conversation, guys. Okay.
Happening.
You know what? Like I said, we don't have to agree on that. I also don't think The Batman is the greatest movie of all time, but that's okay. Tier maker right now, the best Catwoman. No, because that's going to go south and I'll get canceled because of something stupid I'll say. Trying not to support CIA agents. Oh, Zoe.
Okay.
Zoe Kravitz is a CIA agent.
Agent?
Is she?
I don't know. You tell me.
Dual Paul, the hottest Catwoman. I'll leave that for the AMAs. Tom King's writing really doesn't get as much hate as it deserves. I thought this was going to go the other way. His Batman run is simply unforgivable. Dropped the character for the first time in 30 years.
How did we get on the topic?
I don't know. You mentioned Tom King. You mentioned Tom King and people's either, like I said, some people love it, some people hate it.
But everyone in our chat does not.
Well, no, there are people in our chat that like Tom King.
Right, like other stuff that's really good.
Yes, dude, he did Mr. Miracle. That is one of my
like he wrote Mr. Miracle, right? Like I'm not crazy. Yeah. That was a highly regarded.
But he also wrote like Heroes in Crisis. Like I said, very divisive. Like just very divisive, right? Like some people don't like him at all. Omar and Amanda, X-Men 97 season 2 pushed back to 2026, and I have my concerns. What are your concerns with the recent news?
I think because it's been pushed back.
What he might have concerns. Oh, thank you, Elon. I appreciate that. The Batman stands around in the dark and solves nothing for 3 hours, dude. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I remember, wasn't that the cop that figured out something before Batman? I'm like,
yes. Well, he's still working on detective skills. I mean, is it known that like Bruce Wayne grew up just being a great detective? Like he has this, like, I thought he just had to learn to be a great detective.
Well, I mean, the goddamn comic was called Detective Comics. You figured he'd be pretty okay at it. TK's a government plant into the comic book industry. What? True fans hate Tom King books. Just kidding. Enjoy what you enjoy. There you go. Who's Tom King? Even a better comment.
Even a better comment. Why
Tom King always gets the best artists? Well, they do, yeah.
Yeah.
Is Tom King the Stan Slott of Marvel? Everybody hates him in the beginning. I don't know. I really.
Slots Spider.
Oh my God! Thank
And
you,
his-
Blas, for saying the most amazing comment tonight. Terrence Howard, John Stewart. This is what John like. This is exactly what Rhodey was talking about back then in Iron Man 1. This is what he meant by next time, baby. Thank you for that comment. That's wonderful.
I got beef. There you go. Why?
What the hell is even this? Why would you show this? What is wrong with that? Nothing to do with what. Doesn't Batman have a computer?
Yes, a super
The
computer.
writers of the Batman, a fan of NMC, a 6 out of no. Batman is a 6 out of 10 occult detective, is what I said. Don't take things that I say out of context.
Okay, so
what's going on? What's the reason?
97. So Bo DeMaio said that Marvel scrapped his plans for Onslaught. Is that what you're upset about, Elon?
I have.
Besides, they pushed.
I have thoughts about people liking Onslaught, but those are thoughts I will keep to myself.
Yes,
maybe that's what I'm about. People made fun of Batman and Gordon because he couldn't solve a riddle. Tom King is good, just trying to balance out the hate. There we go. See, I like Tom King. I'm ready for back to the basics. Adam Strange, though. Tom King, Tom Weenie. I read issue 1 of Tom King's Wonder Woman and canceled it. I've collected Wonder Woman since volume 2 press. Tom King sucks. Dude, you survived the and as much as I love Phil Jimenez's art, my goodness, his writing is too wordy. So wordy. It's an interesting year for comic book adaptations. You're a villain and anti-heroes, you could say. Berserker Slipcase is out. Yeah, it is out. It just came out. Yeah. I did say occult. Go watch the video. Terrence Howard can't add. I don't give a crap if he can add.
Can he
He's
add?
an actor.
I've got questions now.
Tom King is a CIA guy. Are you joking? Oh, I was joking. I just didn't want to bring this into the channel. Colin. Recent news for X-Men 97. Thank you for the super chat, Bruce. His scripts were written by Bo DeMaio, were tossed starting over. Oh my God. And I saw, wasn't it the showrunners of What If were taking over?
Don't say that. Omar
that noise. False, Blas. Opposite. I am not a fan of that.
Yeah. Oh no.
Terrence Howard needs to learn to count. What's wrong with Terrence Howard's counting? You all talking about that interview he did? More acting jobs. I thought he gave up acting. I'm not sure that was me, Amanda.
Oh, you're right. It was Richard. Apologies.
I have my concerns because they are possibly rewriting season 2 to some distance.
Oh, no, they are rewriting it. It's a matter of how that's going to look when it's
Do
rewritten.
a poll whether someone likes Tom King or not.
No.
Maybe next time I drink.
Maybe next time on a different show we were like talking about Tom King, like a book.
Whoa. I haven't read it. I'm excited to read it. My copy just got here of Berserker. Actually, no, I got here 2 days ago because I got it on my shelf to read next. Keanu Reeves, Mad Kid. I love Mad Kid. I'm a big fan of his stuff. And Keanu Reeves, I don't know, maybe just given his looks and his grace, whatever, I guess we'll see. But We 3 was excellent. I'm a big fan of that book.
Oh, I love
We reviewed it on Old Reader, New Reader many years ago.
Man, that really got my heart. That was a good book.
Thanks, Colin. Get ready for this. Yeah, to knock on my door. It was Amanda that had concerns. Oh, it was me. Richard had concerns.
Richard. Yeah, I realized that that it was him.
X-Men 97 was fire. That's the only good thing Disney Plus, not counting old stuff, of course. Terrence Howard was on JRE talking about
science, huh?
How he had all the patterns and look, I don't look to my actors to tell me who to vote for or anything about science.
Or science? You sure?
No offense, I'm sure they're good people, but they're actors. I just let them act. Well, Tom King worked. Yeah, I know. Shh, we talked about this. Omar's reading Berserker Deluxe Season Volume 6. So good. Wait, so you're digging it? Okay, cool. Got it. Somebody didn't like it. Every time you say Berserker, I keep wanting you to follow up. Oh, Berserker Claw. See, I was thinking of the song Berserker from Clark. You remember that song? Do you want to? No, you don't. You need to watch some Kevin Smith movies, man. Good. I mean, they're a little dated nowadays, though. I will,
I know.
but they're so good.
I wasn't a young man trying to be pretentious and watch that stuff when I was.
Whoa, wait a minute now. You just insulted half of my freaking audience here. Our audience.
Apologies.
Yeah, holy.
I could put a poster on my wall.
I don't think people. No, if you wanted to be pretentious, you'd be like, "Are you a fan of Akira?"
On their walls because they were cool.
Pretentious was, have you seen Seventh Samurai? That was pretentious. How dare you? Kevin Smith. Are you a fan of Akira Kurosawa's films? Man, Amanda, ouch. Shots fired indeed, right, Nikki? And Griffin, what the hell? Oh, Berserk.
Ooh.
Man, now that.
No, Berserk is a great, that's great.
Berserk is so
there's nothing like, damn, I've never read the manga, but when I watched that anime,
you did read the manga. We did a no reader, new reader on it. The first 13 volumes. What the hell's wrong with you?
I forget what I do anymore.
What happens when you get all wrapped up in your little FOB world? Almost every animal book I love. We Three, Red Rover Charlie. Oh,
you know what? Crazy. You're not wrong.
Beast of Burden. Dude, have you read Stray Dogs, Amanda?
No, I have not. I thought.
Oh, that is excellent.
I saw it somewhere, like in your basement.
Yeah. You probably saw it in my basement. Yes, of course. Just like you see a lot of.
I was like, I want to read that. That looks great.
If you can't stomach the thought of animals being hurt, though,
that does. Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, that's hard.
You are. Thank you for the super chat, Bruce. You are correct about What If writers. He is doing all new scripts for season 2, hence the delay. Because What If is not what I wanted to hear.
Omar's favorite.
CIA can't operate on U.S. soil. FBI is coming. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. I only make my life decisions on what actors say. Hit the like button. Thank you, Jay, man. Hope you've been doing well, brother. I will judge X-Men 97 once it comes out. I hope they do good by it. It's not as good as close to being as good as season 1's. Season 1 was so
no. I mean, man, when X-Men 97 came out, I mean, the discourse around it didn't matter even if you were like not even a major X-Men fan. It was just everyone loved. Yeah.
You know who else liked X-Men 97?
He went like X-Men 97.
Just bought Danny Ketch Ghost Rider Omnibus from GD Cosmos. Thanks for the reference. Absolutely. They're great. They're our wonderful sponsors up in Canada. More importantly, though, I hope you enjoy the book because I love that era of Ghost Rider. It was my era growing up. But what matters is if you like it. Seven Samurai is a masterpiece of cinema. Maybe not mention Kevin Smith in the same sentence. Okay. She was talking about being pretentious, and that's what you did when you were in your 20s.
Okay.
Have you seen the films of Akira Kurosawa?
To me, like those guys regarded Kevin Smith as like some.
What guys did you hang out with?
I don't know.
The guys that watch Kevin Smith movies were joking about nuts and butts, not like artsy films.
Okay.
Did Marvel ever explain how the Falcon earned his wings in the comics?
Like an angel?
Like the new, not like an angel. Like the new Falcon? I think wasn't he mutant? Wasn't he a mutant? Like that's what happened? That new Falcon guy? Stray Dogs will rip your heart out more than We Three.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't read it then.
I vote for whoever Taylor Swift. Shut up, Brian. Who cares about Fallout Boy? I want Kat Dennings to be a Fallout girl. Now we're talking.
What the hell that even mean, Phil?
I know what Phil means. Leave him alone. So when is Deadpool 3 on Disney Plus? Oh, when is Deadpool 3? Somebody said that earlier.
Video on demand.
No. Wait, it's not on Disney Plus?
No, not yet. It's going to come out.
Bruce said it was going to be on Disney Plus. Oh, my bad.
I'm pretty sure he meant video on demand. But
this turned into a Tom King hate CIA threat. You never know where our streams are going to go, especially when the chat is.
Yeah, I don't know what happened here. Oh no, it looks like it's going to be.
Yeah, that's what I thought he said.
I thought he said video on demand. I guess video on demand does not mean for purchase. It just means it's going to be available to watch.
I think so.
That happened. Did Inside Out 2 just get on Disney Plus? I feel like that was really close together.
I don't know. All I know is you should not be making bets with Bruce anymore. Saw Penguin. Where's your Inside Out 2 poster? Saw the Penguin episode yesterday, and it's so Sopranos coded. Clancy Brown's in it. You better. Oh, you know Clancy ain't gonna make it. I love that actor too.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Were you hanging out with a lot of Jersey guys, Amanda?
Well, to be fair, Griffinix, I went to school in Philadelphia.
Oh God, here we go.
Yes, there were a lot of Jersey guys who went to Temple University because it wasn't Jersey, it wasn't a Jersey school, and it was just across the river. There was a guy I had a crush on that was from Jersey. His name was Mike Brown. He worked as a tutor at the Writing Center. He's a pretty cool dude. But again, yes.
Oh, was he pretentious? Kevin Smith? Oh, Sam Wilson. So the original Falcon wasn't that? I think it was Black Panther. T'Challa. I think. Oh, there's my dude. Yes, Falcon was gifted his voice by Black Panther. Since we seem to be in the anything goes stage, anyone an MF Doom fan? There's a bot. I was a big MF Doom fan, dude, and I didn't know there was a bio dropping next month. That's awesome. Seems to be losing a lot of stars. Man, he's been gone for a few years, though. I ordered 3 books: Berserker Deluxe, Extreme X-Men 2, Spider-Man Black Costume. Can't wait to receive them. Seriously, can't wait for Penguin episode 2. Clancy is amazing at everything. I've loved that guy in everything he's done. It is on video on demand on streamers. If you have it, it should be available.
Yes, it is. Mike Brown, you're
Mike Brown, are you what? Is Mike Brown watching? Dude, what if Mike Brown is watching right now? And he drops his wife and kid, and he's like, "I've been waiting for this day, Amanda." Amanda is the next Frank Valley. All right. Anything else to talk about tonight before we wrap up?
No, I think that's everything. I mean, we can talk about the Emmy Awards, but nothing much interesting happened. The Bear pretty much swept the category of comedy, which, except for Hacks winning Best Comedy.
So weird that the Bear is comedy.
Yeah, you know why it's in there? Because they have this designation that it has to be a half an hour to be considered a comedy. Because when they started letting in like Orange New Black and stuff, the cable were like complaining about it because those are not comedies. There's funny stuff. They're dramedies. There's funny stuff in it, but they're dramas.
Oh, they're
so then they were like, oh, well, then we'll do 30 minutes. That's what's going to be considered a comedy. So that like our sitcoms and stuff can still have a shot. But The Bear is a 30-minute show. So it is being put in the comedy category. It is not a comedy. In fact, I have a gift. If you guys watch the show, haha, a funny joke from the Levy father-son duo. And they're like, I know you might be expecting us to make a joke about whether The Bear is really a comedy or not, but in the true spirit of The Bear, we are not going to be making any jokes tonight. So that was hilarious. Watch it. But yeah, The Bear swept it. Shogun actually swept the drama category.
I got you. So that y'all are awesome. And thanks to the New York edition that helped me navigate being back into comics and rekindling my love of them. And I'm glad you're enjoying them.
Yes.
And judge for yourself if you like Tom King or not, by the way.
Yes, please don't let
Amanda and Omar have a good night. Gonna go watch Agatha. Oh, episode 3. Let's do that. All right. Yes. Thank you so much for reminding me. I'm looking forward to it. Are you trying to get Sal and Alex Ross? I didn't know this was a thing. No, I didn't. They're doing a documentary on Kingdom Come. Why isn't Mark Waid involved? Okay. Well, man, I got bored of that conversation, I guess. If you feel it, chase it. Thanks, Omar. Oh, I get that. Finish it, so I don't have to do that. All right. Shogun season 2. Oh, I need to watch season 1. People keep telling me to watch season 1. I need to watch that. Dude, James, thanks for pointing. How long is that Kickstarter going to go? I have a lot of interviews next week, and then I can't do that many interviews because I got to get ready for New York Comic Con, and that takes a while. I got to record some episodes and stuff. All right. I'm gonna go read the Tom King book. No, you're not. Sal from no, I don't think it's Sal from Comic Pod because that's not his last name. This is Abinanti. Yeah, Tom King interview. I'm gonna get Tom King interview. Oh man, that'll be the other pre-recorded interview. Preventing Amanda from bringing up the GIF. Oh yeah. Now we're here. Omar, when's the next announcement? I actually have a list of August and September. I just got to wait until it's approved, and then we can get started, man. Really, really excited for some of the things that are coming out, but can't say a word yet. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Cullen. And yeah, smash that like button on the way out. This is usually the part where Amanda chimes in. I'm going to actually have to call her, make sure everything's okay. But that's it, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Stay healthy and safe. I'll be back live on Saturday. Yeah. This was a blast. It's good to be back. Have a wonderful day, everybody.